Tokyo is pushing back. After sharp warnings from China's Foreign Minister Wang at the Munich Security Conference, Japan has formally rejected Beijing's accusations, calling them factually incorrect and ungrounded. The diplomatic exchange signals rising tensions between Asia's two major powers on a global stage. A Chinese participant made inappropriate remarks regarding the security policies of the Japanese government at the Munich Security Conference on February 14th. Responding to the statement, Foreign Minister Motegi Toshimitsu made his case clear at another session of the conference, followed by a stern demarche against the Chinese side through diplomatic channels. Given that China's assertions are factually incorrect and ungrounded, the government of Japan hereby reiterates its position. Japan says it has lodged a stern protest through diplomatic channels, with Foreign Minister Motegi Toshimitsu defending Tokyo's security policies. The government insists its defense buildup responds to an increasingly severe regional environment and is not directed at any specific country. On Taiwan, Tokyo reiterated that peace and dialogue remain its consistent position, even as strategic mistrust deepens. There are countries in the international community that have been rapidly increasing their military capabilities in a non-transparent manner for many years and continuously intensifying unilateral attempts to change the status quo by force or coercion. Japan opposes such moves and distances itself from them. Japan's consistent contributions to international peace and stability are widely recognized. Japan's efforts to strengthen its defense capabilities are in response to an increasingly severe security environment and are not directed against any specific third country. We expect that the issues surrounding Taiwan will be resolved peacefully through dialogue, and this stance remains unchanged. A thunderous warning from Beijing. China's Foreign Minister Wang has cautioned Japan that any return to militarization will end in a crushing defeat. The message was blunt, historic, and unmistakable. Speaking at the high-profile Munich Security Conference, Wang invoked World War II, recalling Japan's invasion of China and the attack on Pearl Harbor. His signal: history is not distant memory. It is a lesson, and it carries consequences.
Not long ago, the current Japanese Prime Minister publicly claimed that any contingency in the Taiwan Strait would constitute a so-called survival-threatening situation for Japan to exercise collective self-defense. This is the first time in the 80 years since the war that a Japanese Prime Minister has publicly made such a statement, which directly challenges China's national sovereignty, the post-war international order in which Taiwan was returned to China, and the political commitments Japan made to China. China will certainly not accept this, and neither will the 1.4 billion Chinese people.
Wang warned that if Japan gets back to its previous methods, it will doom itself. Any renewed risk-taking, he said, would bring an even faster and more crushing defeat. A clear red line drawn on a global stage.
The lessons of history are not far away and must be closely examined. Back then, Japan launched its aggression against China and attacked Pearl Harbor in the US, under the same pretext of a so-called survival-threatening situation. If Japan refuses to repent, it will inevitably repeat the same mistakes. This is the law of history. The kind-hearted people should be vigilant. The Japanese people should not allow themselves to be coerced and blinded by far-right forces that even want to revive militarism. All peace-loving countries should send a warning to Japan. If it tries to go back on its path, it will bring about its own destruction. And if it gambles once more, it will only be defeated faster and suffer a harsher loss.
The Chinese diplomat linked his warning directly to Taiwan, criticizing what he called erroneous remarks by Japanese leaders. According to Wang, such rhetoric exposes lingering expansionist ambitions and the specter of militaristic resurgence. The remarks come amid shifting security dynamics in the Indo-Pacific, where Japan has expanded defense capabilities and deepened strategic coordination with partners. Beijing's message underscores its sensitivity to any moves it interprets as destabilizing. Closing with a call to heed the lessons of history, Wang stressed that failure to do so risks repeating past mistakes. The warning from Munich is clear. In China's view, any path back to militarization would not reshape the region. It would backfire decisively.